confidence is something that we all want. It's something that we all wish we had. And maybe you're listening to this and you feel like you don't have that much confidence. Well, after you're done watching this video, the goal is to help you grow your confidence. So, okay, what exactly is confidence? Confidence, we can simply define it like this. Confidence is the ability, or really not the ability, but the belief, right? Your confidence is the belief that you can rely on something. So before we start, here's the number one thing that you have to know about confidence. You might be confident in one area of your life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be confident in every single area of your life. So what you have to do is you have to identify what is the area that you want to increase your confidence in, because you will never be confident in every single area of your life. But let me quickly define why confidence is important, right? And if you stay to the end of this video, my hope is that you'll get some practical thoughts, some insight that will actually help you grow your confidence. If you don't, you could just continue doing what you're doing. Okay, so confidence. Here's the reason why confidence is important. Well, the number one thing is we know that confident people statistically actually tend to make more money, right? We know that a lot of them, it's easier for them to get into relationships, right? So just those two reasons alone, if you want to increase your net worth, if you want to have better relationships, that's actually going to take some confidence. Now, okay, what does it take to start building confidence? Well, the first thing that it takes to start building confidence is courage, right? Having confidence is actually a very courageous thing to do. Courageous in the sense of, if you want to become more confident, it's going to actually require you to get outside of your comfort zone, right? And most people, they like to stay in that comfort zone. Your comfort zone is that place where you don't move, where you don't make changes, where you don't step outside of your norm, right? So you have to be courageous enough to be willing to move outside of your comfort zone to the land unknown, right? And when you're courageous enough to move outside of your comfort zone, here's what happens. Over time, you begin to get some experiences. You begin to meet some new people. You begin to get some new thoughts. You begin to challenge the status quo. And see, if we go back to that definition of confidence, when we say it's the feeling or it's the belief that you can rely on something. See, where does belief come from? One, it comes from your mind, but it really comes from your experiences, right? A lot of times for people, seeing is believing. So what I say is you have to be courageous enough to step outside of your comfort zone. See, if you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, then you're never going to make the move necessary to open yourself up to new possibilities. And what's going to happen is you're just going to stay where you are. And the more you stay where you are, the more you stay stuck and you're not progressing, your confidence is not going to be a feeling, but it's going to be a reality. Because then the question becomes, why should you feel confident? What merit do you have to feel confident if you're not willing to move, if you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone, if you're not willing to add value, right? So if you want to grow your confidence, you have to, one, really identify, who are you, right? Like, who are you right now? I'm talking about like the real you, like the people that nobody sees. Like, who are you right now? And then once you pinpoint like who are you really, then I want you to think about, who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? Because here's what happens is you don't have to stay where you started and you don't have to stop where you are. So once you pinpoint who are you now, and then you write down who do I want to become, then there are going to be some steps, there are going to be some moves that you can take, right, to move outside of your comfort zone so you can start becoming that person you want to be. And let me be honest, like, it's not easy. This is not an easy task at all. But if you really want it, then you have to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to be courageous enough to step outside of your comfort zone, right? So here's what I mean. And here's how you start to step outside of your comfort zone. So if you decide that you want to become a person who is likable, if you decide that you want to be a person of influence, if you want to be a leader, right? Let's just say that. Then you have to realize, okay, like what are the qualities, right? Or what do leaders know? Right? When you ask yourself that question, like what do leaders know, then you have to identify like where can you get that information, right? Where can you start to move in that direction? Then you have to ask yourself, okay, what do leaders do, right? So what do they know? So that's going to require you to get out of your comfort zone. That's going to require you to ask some questions. That's going to require you to read some books. And then you're going to ask yourself, what do leaders do? And am I doing it? And if I'm not doing it, then why? And so all of these questions, by just you simply asking yourself questions, you can begin to see the areas where you're not maximizing, right? And then when you show up every day, when you get out of your comfort zone, when you are courageous enough to get outside of your comfort zone, then you can start attacking these things. And here's my encouragement to you: if you are not dead today, then you are not done. You have not seen the best version of yourself yet. So if you want to gain confidence, first identify who you are, and then identify who you want to become. And then ask yourself, okay, what does that person know? And what does that person do? And then begin to take the daily steps to become that person. See, confidence is something that can be built over time, but you first have to be willing to get outside of your comfort zone. So really what I'm doing here is I'm actually doing a whole series on confidence. So I encourage you to watch the next video so you can gain and you can grow your confidence. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not 2 weeks from now, but you can begin to grow your confidence today. If you're not dead, you're not done. Let's become more confident.